Did Paul keep the feast days? Yes, he did.
Paul said that to the Jews, I became as a Jew so that I may gain Jews, to those under the law, as under the law. These adverbs here show that Paul is no longer deeming himself a Jew under the law. Okay? He became likened to the Jews under the law so that he may gain Jews under the law. All right? He said, though not being myself under the law of the Jews, his previous relationship as himself a Jew. Okay? So we should ask ourselves, why is Paul, who was a Jew, saying, I became as a Jew? Because as a Jew under the law, he deemed all as loss. All right? Philippians chapter 3 clearly shows us that Paul was a Jew. Okay, regarding zeal, one persecuting the outcalled, in regards to righteousness, important concept we have to start understanding here. That is in the law, having been unblameable, which Paul terms complied in the flesh here twice. Complied in the flesh. The law of the old covenant was given for the flesh. They're the instead types of the true. Okay? Where Paul down here says, and to be found in him, Christ, which is superior, not having my righteousness, that out of law. The unblameable righteousness that he's talking about here as complying in the flesh of the writings, the stony tablets, beginning with the stony tablets. When Paul said that not anyone has to judge you in food or drink or due to part of a feast or a young month, okay, new moon month or Sabbath terms, these are the shadows of things about to come. Okay, I don't know why people are reading these verses and thinking that shadows is a good thing. Okay, we who are the body, where he says, but the body is of the Christ, again, comparing the shadows here with the body, are according to no manner of shadowing. James 1:17, every good giving and every accordingly accomplished gifting, which the law will not accomplish anybody into justification in righteousness through faith, descends from the Father of lights, in whom there is no change, okay, months, moon months, shadows, or manner of shadowing. Okay, so the good here concerns Hebrews 10:1, where the law having only a shadow of the good being about to come, where there is no manner of shadowing according to the good. Paul says nothing about the shadows here being good. The shadows that are here points to this, okay, the law. The law, Hebrews 10:1, having only a shadow, okay? These are the shadows that Paul's talking about. In Hebrews 8:5, the showing example of the shadow of the heavenly on. Okay, so the old covenant, again, is according to shadows, which the heavenly on is no manner of shadowing. So this is how we have to read Colossians 2. Paul is saying, let not anyone judge you in food or in drink or due to part of a feast or a young month or Sabbath terms, which are shadows of things being about to come, which the shadows about to come is not good for those who insist on becoming backwards in the hearing channels and going back to Moses. But the body is of the Christ, where there is no manner of shadowing. So this is why Paul kept the feasts or the Sabbath terms, not because it was a requirement, but so he could gain the Jews. Okay, now deeming himself as a Jew, as under the law, though not being myself under the law of the fleshy inner aim, Hebrews 7:16. But he's not being without the law of God in the law of Christ, which is not this. The same context of Romans chapter 7, verse 25. In the thinking I slave the law of God, okay, in the law of Christ, the law of faith, the law of the Spirit, but in the flesh, the law of the fleshy inner aim, Hebrews 7:16, the law of valence. Where if we go right to the next chapter, for the law of the Spirit, okay, the law of God in the law of Christ, freed you from the law of valence and of death, the law of the old covenant, which cannot justify flesh. The law beginning as struck on stones is the service of the death, not the service of the Spirit. 2 Corinthians 3, 7, and 8. And concerning the heavenlies on, epuranios, where there is no manner of shadowing, if you're not coming here, Hebrews 12:22, to the accordingly accomplished, justified spirits of the angels, you're going to come here, which is all types and shadows of the law that was given through Moses, Exodus chapter 19, Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 10, to the mountain burning with fire. Okay, so if you're coming here still, if you're going backwards to Moses, you're not coming here. Learn what I'm explaining in the Word of God.